Hi, creators! Welcome back to True Astrology. My name's Nicole. First, I just want to give everyone huge thank you because my last video, Saturn in Pisces, got blew up because of you guys. And I feel like I received so much love and blessing. And I actually didn't care about the production. I didn't even cut the audio properly. It sounds really awkward. I wanted to keep up one point, wanted to garnish that video, but I did it anyway. Then I got so much views and followers, and I get to connect with so many beautiful souls in the world. And thank you so much. Today I prepared Pluto's transit, and because Pluto will change sign starting next month, and Pluto in astrology has really strong impact to everyone in the world. Pluto in astrology means a transformation, death of the old energy, and there's many more important messages we can find from Pluto, but let's find out along the way. So I want to focusing on Pluto's dance, especially between 2023 and 2024. I named Pluto's dance. I will let you know why I named like that. Pluto will ingress into sign of Aquarius March 24th, 2023, only for the 3 month. And then Pluto will go back to Capricorn June 13 and will continue to move back and forth until 2024. Between this time, Pluto will cross over this 0 degree Aquarius. And usually, 0 degree has the most potent energy. And let's dive into this topic more. And when Pluto crosses over two signs, usually world events occur. It's mainly because of the sign in between having really different energy, and Pluto is going there to transform. And this energy brings an evolutionary shift and big changes and merging even happening and market crash and lots of revealing also surfacing out during this time as well. So let's talk about the previous sign when Pluto was in Sagittarius. When Pluto was crossed over to sign of Capricorn, and the crossover and also the merging happened based on Capricornian way. And it was around 2008. And I remember during this time we had a market crash. US had a huge mortgage issues as well as other banking issues as well. And also many traveling agencies were closing down at the time. Capricorn represents government and corporation. So lots of mega corporation actually bought out all the Sagittarius related businesses, such as traveling agencies and also government, also representing Capricorn, bailed out lots of banks and corporations as well. And now we're going to experience Pluto crossing over Aquarius, and the time will be 2023, 2024. So the crossover or the adaptation will happen as Aquarius way. So when Pluto crosses over to signs, world event usually occurs. So evolutionary shift will happen. So let's dive in more about that. So in the previous sign, when Pluto was in Sagittarius, the crossover happened Sagittarius to Capricorn. Let's talk about Sagittarius for a second. Sagittarius is representing university, higher learning, international travel. So during this Pluto in Sagittarius time, we saw growth of the university hosting international students, and traveling agency boomed around this time as well. A lot of international business were popping up during that time as well. So when Pluto finished the transformation energy there to going into the Capricorn, so that merging or crossover happened Capricornian theme. And Capricorn is the last earth sign. So Capricorn want to build things with a business mindset, like a CEO. and want to reach the top of the industry. When Capricorn saw the opportunity that what happened in the sign of Sagittarius, basically a lot of mega corporation bought out smaller traveling agencies and things like that. And that was around 2008. And I remember USA had a recession. And around this time, a lot of a financial crisis happened during that time. And the world, especially USA, dealt with that situation by Capricornian way. So government actually bailed out a lot of banks and the corporations. Also, Fortune 500 company or larger corporation bought out the smaller companies. Let's talk about what happened during Pluto in Capricorn. So Capricorn naturally forms a pyramid structure, like a hierarchy. So they always have a level, just like a mega corporation. And Capricorn is represented by mountain goat who wants to reach the top. So the Pluto actually built this types of a structure. So on the top, we can see Amazon or other Fortune 500 mega companies who sit on the top. And then we will see other bigger companies or Amazon FBA sellers, wholesalers, or liquidation companies. Also, we see the individual who made a lot of money from importing goods from other countries, just like AliExpress or Alibaba, using white label, or creating own brands and products. And also we have other liquidation level in here as well. During this time, Pluto in Capricorn produced so much product for profit because this is what Capricorn naturally do. That's why this is a business sign. That's why people who has a strong Capricornian placement, they make really good money doing business. And it was a birth of many multi-millionaires. And I actually witnessed to see people around me become multimillionaires or just like very rich and wealthy doing those types of business. However, overproduction of material happened in the environment. So Capricorn wanted to build a material world. It did. And what will happen when Pluto goes into the humanitarian sign of Aquarius? Aquarius is a very humanitarian sign and sits in our 11th house in our zodiac wheel. And it's about like-minded people. And Aquarius like technology, innovation, things are really convenience and automation. And also Aquarius loves eco-friendly stuff and environmental mind because an 11th house is the place that we put the long-term goals and wishes. Because of that, people naturally think Earth as a place that we have to share with our future generation. That's why we want to focusing on eco-friendly stuff and the environmentally friendly actions. And we see those kind of movement already. Aquarius is also very rebellious sign because of one of the guiding planet is Uranus and the other one is Saturn. So let's talk about when Pluto goes sign in Aquarius. So people will see the result of the material waste from mega corporations such as Amazon and AliExpress. But in fact, I think it's from everyone because of this Capricornian types of energy, the material world and want to make a money and everything is the corporation or business space. We all did actually. So people will just shock that what we did and see all the waste from that action. And also Pluto is a generational sign and also rules our subconsciousness. So everyone was focusing on that area when Pluto was in sign of Capricorn. Everybody wanted to make money. and everyone wanted to enjoy the materialism. And also Capricorn represents the government and institution. And when this crossover happens, we're gonna see a lot of exposure, especially corruption. And I feel like people who unconsciously focusing on the materialism, they will realize that, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be more conscious on Mother Gaia and I want to use less of the product. But people who are greedy just want to make a money and they just did without care for others will get revealed. Because think about it, when a lot of people starting to questioning why are we using this much product? Do we need this? Can we not use this kind of chemical? Then people will naturally focusing on who actually started, who actually allow us to do that, right? So that's why the Capricornian, the father figure, authoritative figure who had a greed will get revealed, as well as the selfish people from the top of the corporation, institution, and things like that. And they might even realize what they did. So a lot of people maybe resigned or stepped down from their position as well. And now it's a tail end part of the Capricorn transit. And let's talk about what Pluto wants us to transform. So the Capricorn's true meaning is self-authority. And if you gave your power away to people on the top, as I mentioned that, Capricorn naturally want to form that pyramid structure. And because of that, if you gave away your power to someone higher than you or people on the top, this can be your corporation, this can be your boss, or this can be your government, or even your family member. It can be anyone. But this is the time to take your power back. Pluto in the last degree of each sign shakes things up. And also at the same time, we are gonna have Saturn in Pisces transit will happen very soon as well. In my previous video, Saturn in Pisces, I mentioned that Saturn is going into Pisces for the payoff all the karma happened in the past, realization on us that what's real and what's not. If you haven't watched my video on Saturn in Pisces, I highly recommend it because astrologically, all these slow-moving planets are changing sign. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So these changes bring paradigm shifts. Actually, Saturn in Pisces are wrapping up all the past events and helping us to go into the new direction or new beginning. Pluto entering Aquarius means going into the unknown, meaning Pluto's cycle is 248 years. Nobody on Earth experienced Pluto in Aquarius. So it may create some kind of anxiety and mental breakdowns to us. Also, Aquarius is an air sign, and one of the ruler is Uranus. And Uranus brings the sudden change. It's really quick change. Because of that, it adds more anxiety and more breakdowns as well. If that happens, then how can we work with this energy? So you can work with a chakra balancing because Aquarius is opposite sign from Leo. Leo represents heart and Aquarius represent our brain. Anything intellectual ideas and thought and technology. So when you're focusing on too much of that intellectual side, you might lose the Leo quality, which is our heart. So that's why chakra balancing works really well as Reiki healing or being in the nature more. And journaling is a really good one. Meditation, mantra, dancing, drawing, do anything that help you to feel grounded. And when things are changing and we feel like not centered or grounded, we might feel like we are losing ourselves. So spend time to discover your authentic self and find a good teacher or mentor. And another thing really significant about the 0-degree Aquarius is from the Sabian symbol. So 0-degree Aquarius is a Capricorn 30-degree. They're the same. So if you start the degree from 1 degree, so the end degree will be 30. And if you start the degree system from 0 degree, so then end degree will be 29, but they're all 30 degree. And let me just show you that Sabian symbol website. And here, phase 300, Capricorn 30, a secret meetings of men responsible for executive decisions in world affairs. If you want to know more of information, you can definitely research about it and visit this website. And the beginning of this presentation, I mentioned that, let's say here is Capricorn and here is Aquarius. Pluto will cross over like this. So it will hit 0 degree multiple times. Let me show you what I mean by that. You can go to cafeastrology.com and just pull this chart, and I typed Pluto transit 2023. So Pluto will go into Aquarius, come back, and goes to Aquarius again, and I will show you 2024 transit. Oh, by the way, this little bit of a like Aquarius transit is the 3-month we're gonna have starting next month. And this is the 2024 schedule. So Pluto will go to Aquarius again, and then it goes to 2 degree, but have to come back because of the retrograde and go back to Capricorn a little bit and will come out and re-enter Aquarius for good. So you can see Pluto's dance almost here. And this is from my other video. This is Pluto's transit 2023 and 2024 all combined, as Cafe Astrology shows separately. So right now, Pluto is in 29 degree. It will cross over 3 months and station and go back and station, go direction, station, retrograde, station, direction. So during this time, we can see Pluto's dance. And when Pluto actually go back to Capricorn side here, it's about the cleaning up. So when Pluto goes into Aquarius in this time, so it will be for good. So Pluto not gonna touch Capricornian theme anymore. And also the secret business from the Sabian symbol is this degree. So we can see in that theme, we have to revisit multiple times. And also retrograde, the stationary placement has the potent power. And those are the area we're gonna revisit multiple times. I'm not saying that we're gonna have event on exact date, but however, we can see multiple potent energies are placed in here, and no wonder why when Pluto changing the sign, the lots of event happens. So that's why when Pluto crosses over two signs, like a Capricorn and Aquarius this time, world events occur, evolutionary shift, big changes, and merging between signs and market crash, revealing, truth revealing, and realization happens. And another important part I want to talk about is December 2020, we had a Saturn and Jupiter conjunction. Happened at 0 degree Aquarius. That's the same degree Pluto will go cross over multiple times in this year and next year. And this conjunction is called the Great Conjunction. And the meaning of this conjunction is old king comes down and new leaders rise. And Saturn and Jupiter conjunction happens every 20 years. It's not really rare, but however, this one has really significant story, which baby Jesus was born, and 3 wise men guided by the stars. And this conjunction activated in 0 degree Aquarius back in December 2020. Now Pluto is going there to reactivating those areas as well. And China actually has 1 degree Aquarius ascendant. So this is China's birth chart. As you can see, they have a 1 degree Aquarius ascendant. They have a moon in Aquarius in 3 degree. So Pluto will be here and crossing over here. And it's not going to reach 1 degree until 2024. However, in astrology, especially with the slow-moving planets, 2 degree orb is a healthy aspect we can consider. So Pluto is actually activating their ascendant. When Pluto is crossing over someone's ascendant, it's usually indication of the change of the appearance, personality, complete transform. So I've been seeing people actually went through head to toe plastic surgery to make them look completely different, or losing so much weight and they are like transforming their body and going into healthier lifestyle. Or some people get accident so that they have to replace some body parts as well. These are just some example what Pluto can do when Pluto crossing over the ascendant. And generally, it means transformation of the personality. So China will have a transforming their ascendant like as a country. When Pluto goes to later degree as 3 or 4 degree, I feel like a lot of reality in China will changes as well. And we already see China's having protests or fights against the government happening right now. And nobody really knows what's going on in China because of the country is very closed. Not so many mainstream medias are talking about it. I definitely see changes are coming or already happened. Because of Pluto is a slow moving planet and Pluto will stay in Aquarius for 20 years. So we're not gonna really see what actually happened in sign of Aquarius until Pluto leaves in this sign. Yet, the one of the ruler Uranus will bring sudden and unexpected change during this time. And Uranus brings the sudden change just like a lightning. And also Uranus is a future-oriented planet, so it will bring some kind of futuristic energy into Aquarius placement. And for China, their Uranus is in Cancer. And also this is in conjunct to their moon. Moon usually represents their reality. So it will be really interesting to see what's going to happen. And I just wanted to bring up because of their ascendant is really close to the 0 degree. And also when you want to make an aspect with a Pluto, I would say 2 degree or maximum 3 degrees healthy. Now that we look at the chart, let's review. So people protesting in China because of their having Pluto crossing over their ascendant, because of the Uranian energy, rebellious energy. They want to change their image. And that's actually happening right now. And possible new rise of power because of back in 2020, we had a Jupiter and Saturn conjunction in the same degree. And disruption will happen. That's what Uranus usually brings. And entire this transit will guided by Uranus. That's what Uranus bring, and we're gonna see a lot of Uranian energy during this time. And this unexpected energy will continue for approximately 20 years. During this time, Uranus will cause innovation and disruption in 3 signs. What I mean by that is we have to see where Uranus will transit during Pluto in Aquarius. So Uranus will be in Taurus and then Gemini and in Cancer during these 20 years. And when Uranus in Taurus, Uranus will bring technology, innovation, and upgrade. And we actually see the food industry is getting technologically innovated for cricket protein. And personally, I don't think I will try that, but we see the innovation and technological advancement and resources as well. And also we see the money system will change to more like a digital currency. Canadian governments are already talking about we're going to have a CBDC based on the digital money that everyone can see the transaction and things like that. And we're going to see sudden disruption, what Uranus usually do in our value system and resources as well. We're already feeling this and seeing this as a witness because we are already midway in this transit. Uranus in Taurus will stay until 2026, and it actually started from 2018. And Uranus will move into sign of Gemini from 2026 to 2033. And this transit will be a lot easier and better than the transit we're having right now because of a lot of people feel uncomfortable, see changes in the food and the lab grown meat and the new protein source, etc. It's because of the Uranus is very uncomfortable in Earth sign, and Taurus actually represent our Earth. And this combination usually brings not only disruption and technological advancement and upgrade, it also brings the natural disasters as well, because the sudden thunderbolt kind of change goes into the Mother Gaia we living in. But the Uranus goes into the air sign, it matches really well. But when Uranus goes into air sign Gemini, and Uranus will thrive. And Gemini represent our communication, early childhood, our siblings, local travel, and transportation, and social media. I think when Uranus goes to Gemini, and we're gonna have no language barrier. And a lot of people now talk about ChatGPT, and I also tried the ChatGPT. It's amazing, but still has a little bit of flaws. But by this time, it will be near perfect. And also, when our solar system was in sign of Gemini, the first will happen during this time. So I would just say the transportation will get huge technological advancement. Maybe we are going to have a new energy source, and the traveling between two countries will be really quick, so that it will open up the new meaning of the local travel. Because now, at the moment, local travel means that you can go by your car within a day. But maybe this opens up our entire globe into the one local neighborhood. And then Uranus will move into sign of Cancer, and this will be 2033 to 2040-ish. And Cancer represent our home, family, security, our ancestor, the place we living in. So when Uranus goes into that area, I would just say Uranus will bring the technological innovation and upgrade in how we live. And I remember I was reading the Saudi Arabia is building something called a line, really skinny building across the desert. And everyone will living in here. And they are opening, or grand opening time will be around 2030-ish. So that also align with that, how the Uranus will bring the new upgrade or innovation in sign of Cancer. And I'm not sure if I want to living in a one skinny building in a desert. Who knows? Like, we are going to see that changes around that time. And check it out. And probably you're going to find a lot of new concept of living in the future. Like maybe in 10 years, by 2030, 2033, we're going to living in a totally different types of a material based building, or different lifestyle, or even virtual reality. Okay, let's make a quick summary what Pluto will do in this 20 years transit. So during 20 years, one of Aquarius ruler, Uranus, will be in Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer, as we talked about it. And Uranus will bring the technological advancement in this area. And the other ruler, Saturn, will transit Pisces through Libra. So as soon as Saturn finishes the karmic cycle in Pisces, Saturn will start new journey in Aries. And while Pluto is transforming our 11th house of long-term wishes and like-minded people and community, and Saturn will transform, or Saturn will bring rules and regulation in our bottom chart, because the first house throughout the Libra is all about the personal development. So this is the place that we are meeting other people. So while Pluto is activating here, Uranus will bring all the technological advancement in this area, and Saturn will bring rules and regulation in our personal part of our life. So that by this end of this transit, and people will be ready to go into the deeper spiritual path, especially when Pluto ingress into sign of Pisces. And also what I want to tell you here is when you research about 2030 or like a future, a lot of online predictions may sound really doomsday story, because while I was preparing this presentation, I read so many dark stuff, but the humanity actually experienced all of those events throughout history. So what I want to say is it shall pass as well. So knowing yourself will help you to stay connected. So focusing on finding your authentic self first. So just focusing on who you are, focusing on center yourself. And remember earlier I talked about what will help your anxiety, and maybe you can focusing on that too. Or if you have your special method to calming down your nervous system or your anxiety level, and please share with me. So the later degree Capricorn, especially Pluto going into there and revisiting multiple times throughout this year and next year, and want us to realize that our true self and true authority, our inner authority, and what we want to achieve in this life. So when we really understand that part, that all the doomsday story or whatever the crazy changes coming into our lives won't be that much difficult, because at least you will be centered. When someone understands the true meaning of Capricorn, and they don't fear, they know how to work with the energy, and they can achieve how to go through all the difficulties. Remember, Capricorn is the paternal side, our inner paternal authority energy we all have. So that's why focusing on to finding your authentic self is really important. And I have to focusing on that too as well. And let's talk about the Capricorn a little bit more. Capricorn in tarot represent the devil card. So when you see these two beings, they're chained, but their chain is really loosely tied around their neck, meaning is they can get out of that difficulties or whatever this situation if they want. And this card is actually showing that the inner demon we created inside of our mind or our imagination, and we enslave into that. So we gave away our inner authority or personal power to that devil figure. This can be other hierarchy figure. This can be your boss. This can be your family member. This can be unrealistic rules in the society and things like that. Also, this can be your shadow side as well. So the lesson in here is you can get out of this when you want to, using your willpower. So this transit is a perfect time to realize that what we've done collectively and take your power back. Capricorn naturally is the authority figure to rule people. So we got controlled by this Capricornian energy too much, whether you did it or the society made us to do it, but it happened anyway. And so the lesson is here. So you can use your willpower, as I mentioned that, to remove the chain from around your neck. Because we gave our power away thinking that some authority figure will take care of us. But we have to think about what if that promise gets broken? Or what about this is a false illusion? I had this conversation few times with the people around me. And also, I just want to mention that this is not about the fear mongering story. This happened in a few countries in the world as well. For example, Greece and Venezuela and Brazil. So back to the conversation with my friends, when I asked them what you gonna do, and most of people say that, oh, I don't worry because my money is in the safe bank. My government will take care of me. My mortgage is safe. My asset is safe. But when I researched about what happened in the Greece and Venezuela and Brazil, that promise disappeared because people who believed in that authority will take care of everything, and it just like kind of didn't happen. So people believed in the authority, or people on the top will take care of their banking, money, and everything because of thinking that they are in the good placement. However, when things happen in those countries, people lost everything in just overnight. Just have a moment to think about what would you do? Because when things really happen and there's no one you can run back to and cry. And if the shelter or your safety net or father figure is no longer there for you, and what would you do? That's why this Pluto in Aquarius transit is really important, because it will show us who is a part of our real community. And believing in your inner authority is really important as well. And knowing yourself, being centered, will help you to go through anything in your life. I'm really hoping to see lots of people take their power back during this Pluto dance next few years, and not to give up on hope. And check out if you have a 0-degree Aquarius as well, just like a China's ascendant. And in astrology, when certain thing got activated and the other side or the same axis got activated as well. So in here, the Aquarius will get activated. So we can see all the fixed sign will get activated as well. So we call that Grand Cross. So Aquarius will be here, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. So check out if you have an early degree in those 4 signs, or even 29-degree Capricorn, which is a cardinal sign. So Cancer, Aries, Libra, Capricorn. Then if you do, your chart will get activated in those areas as well, especially that fixed sign axis here will get signal to those area. And even later degree Aquarius as well, because Pluto will cross over that area in 20 years. And this is actually exciting time if you have something in there, because of wherever Pluto goes, it will bring money with it or complete transform with it. So for example, Pluto in Capricorn brought multi-billionaire building the pyramid structure, Fortune 500 company, and there's other levels of the business. But Pluto in Aquarius will bring multi-billionaires and trillionaires, because of the Aquarius is the air sign, and they used intellectual convenience and sudden change to bring a lot more money. And we already see how this money made by cryptocurrency or technology as well. And Aquarius is 11th house. It's about the community. So when community pooling resources and money together, large amount of money is a lot easier. And let's talk about Pluto related things. Pluto represents sex, death, transformation, gas, underground pipes. In fact, anything underneath of the Earth surface, because Pluto rules the underworld. And also Pluto rules the toilet, sewage, and recycling, and etc. And also Pluto means a power. And remember back in last year, Elon Musk, when he bought a Twitter, he brought the sink with the office. I thought that was really interesting, because during that time, my house chart had a Pluto transiting at the bottom of the chart. So I was thinking about what if my basement or my water pipe will have some kind of issue, because of when Pluto goes in those areas, it want to transform, right? So that's why during that time, I purposely changed my toilet to satisfy the energy. And I don't know if Elon Musk wanted to transform something in Twitter, that's why he did it. But I thought that was very interesting coincidence, because toilet, sewage, or the sink or the pipeline goes underneath. It's all represent the Pluto as well. And I think he mentioned the let's sink in, something like that. I'm not saying that he's using Pluto's energy or anything like that. Just to me, it's just kind of funny story. And also people with the Pluto in Libra or Libra rising people with the heavy 6th house planets have a very unique job And many times I saw those people have a cemetery or wedding or divorce related work because Pluto want to transform something and Libra always want to balancing something. So cemetery work or cemetery cleaning or wedding. Divorce is also balancing out the relationship as well, right? So that was very kind of interesting observation I did with my clients. And also, some people actually work with the medical industry, working specifically for kidney or lung. Because of Libra represent those two organs that we have in our body as well. Or some people have a health issue in those areas too. This configuration doesn't apply to every people who has a Pluto in Libra or Libra rising or people who has a happy sixth house, but I saw multiple people in this case, so I just wanted to bring that up. The reason why I talked about the Pluto in Libra placement people, because of Pluto is the planet that defines our generations. I will show you the chart that shows the Pluto placement in each sign. So this is the chart that shows the Pluto generations by 12 zodiac signs. So you can see where your Pluto located in will tell you which generation you're in. So my Pluto is in Scorpio, so I am millennial. You can check out which generation you're part of. And starting from this year, we're gonna have a Pluto in Aquarius babies for 3 months, and they're called Generation Beta. So each Pluto generation brings a different collective energy. For example, the baby boomers were born with a Pluto in Leo. Leo represents children, hobbies, and creativity, entertainment. So this was a period with a lot of kids and television and hobbies. It's the biggest cohort alive today. On the opposite side, Pluto in Aquarius will have a less children because of the Aquarius is more like a technology and innovation and AI, or people will have a babies through technology. And because of Pluto is a really slow moving planet, people who has a quite age gap has the same Pluto placement. For example, Pluto stay in Gemini like a 30 years, Taurus 31.5, and I am in this generation is only 11 years. And we're going to have a Pluto in Aquarius 19.5 years. So we have a different Pluto lifespan in each sign because Pluto has a very elliptical orbit cycle in our solar system. Our solar system is here. So we have each planets are orbiting around here. Pluto goes like that. So Gemini Taurus has a really large orbit, and then when it's close to here, has a shorter orbit cycle. So here gets a shorter transit, and here gets a longer transit, if that makes sense. And some people believe that the star seed or light workers came through same Pluto placement to work with the same area. And bringing it all together, so the old system will disappear and new one will come. And world events and paradigm shift will happen as we discuss about the Pluto's dance between two signs. But we will see light at the end of the tunnel as well, because we're going into the new energy field. And Saturn in Pisces will help you to walk away from old cycles that no longer serve you. And Pluto in Aquarius transit will further push humanity into the age of Aquarius. And Aquarius represent the future, technology, and innovation. And when Pluto gets out of this Capricorn, and Capricornian pyramid structure will break down. And this is about the top-down hierarchy structure I'm talking about. And be open-minded. And because of everything is a cycle, because I say that like old system will disappear. And one of my friends told me like, then is our world doomed? Are we gonna all die? It's gonna be war? No, like you have to think old system will die off and the new emerge. This is just like a yin and yang, you know? This yin and yang energies keep ascending and descending and keep like a, changing the energy and keep going. So it's the same thing as the daytime comes and then daytime goes out and the nighttime comes. It's a new energy just comes. It's not end of the world or it's not end of the life. That's why it is really important to understand the meaning of the cycle. And also at the same time, Pluto going into Aquarius is not the God figure comes and save us. Because of all the sign has a plus side and negative side as well. So it's really important to understand astrological cycle. And you can always look back and previous cycle to kind of gain some insight what's going to happen, or at least understanding each sign and what will be emerging as a new energy. And I remember a couple of years ago during the Christmas time, I was hanging out with my friends and someone I know, she was really excited about the age of Aquarius or Aquarius theme. We're going to be so free. We're going to be really happy. So I asked her about what are you expecting? And then she told me all the positive side of the Aquarius. And then when I asked her about, do you know the other polarity side of Aquarius? And she told me I had no idea. So that's why I want to emphasize that every sign has a plus and minus side as well. And it seems like I was only emphasizing negative side of the Capricorn, but Capricorn also has a positive side as well. That's what we want to tapping into in this later degree, right? Finding the inner authority. And negative trait is only looking for the money and we produce everything or we structure the everything in a pyramid mega corporation way, even government become the like almost corporation style of the hierarchy system. So that was the negative trait. And also at the same time, Aquarius has a positive side about the power to the people. And negative side of Aquarius can be control and surveillance. And there's so many themes in Aquarius because we have a two ruler. So that any of that theme can be good or bad, and we have to understand what this polarity looks like, and we have to make the conscious decision and make it balance. So maybe my next video, maybe I can talk about more in depth of the positive side of the Aquarius and the negative side of Aquarius as well. I hope you can use this information for your personal spiritual journey and look at both the entire spectrum of possibilities, both positive and negative. And I read so many of your comments from the Saturn in Pisces videos, and some of you went through really tough times. Just remember that there's always people in this world willing to help. And Aquarius is about the sign of building your community of like-minded people. And in this presentation, I could not cover everything. So please understand that if I didn't mention certain things. And thank you so much for your support and love and care. And please leave comments if you want to share your insightful thought about the Pluto, if I missed anything. And leave your comments below about how Pluto has affected your life and what transformation you went through. Also, please subscribe and thank you so much for all your love and support. And I really appreciate and respect you guys. Until next time, bye for now.